Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right. So we got Dwayne Wade speaking more passionately about the situation that's involving his son and his family. And if you guys don't know, Dwayne Wade has a son by the name of Zion that has been catching a lot of criticism, right? Due to the fact of the support that's coming from Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, along with Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, for allowing their son to be who he is. So his son Zion has decided to come out, and a lot of people out here in these streets are criticizing him heavy for it. So Dwayne decided to sit down with ex-NBA players Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, who have a podcast called All the Smoke, to discuss his NBA career, discuss his life, his family, and then Matt Barnes proceeded to ask Dwayne Wade about the nature of defending a son that has came out at such a young age, and this is what Dwayne had to say about the situation.
Comfortable enough to have that kind of communication with you at such a young age, which I think is important.
Yeah, it's first of all, you don't talk about strength and courage.
Incredible.
My 12-year-old has way more than I have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can learn something from your kids.
Right.
But in our household, man, that's all we talk about. We talk about making sure our kids be seen by each of us. Me and my wife, we talk about making sure our kids, understand that they're, the power in their voice, we want them to be whoever they feel that they can be in this world. Like, that's our goal, understand you can be whoever, you can be whatever. Now, it's some things that's going to, while you trying to go down that process, this is what's going to come at you.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of negativity.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of hate. And it's not even just from my son's sexuality. It's just about being a young black man or a young black woman.
First and foremost,
right?
Yeah.
So everything that comes with that. So for us, man, when I respond to things socially, I'm not responding because you hurt my feelings. I'm not responding because I even care enough of what you're saying, because it's we say in the hood, it's ignorant.
You're a dad.
Why I'm responding is because I understand my platform.
Educate.
I understand that I'm speaking for a lot of people that don't have the same voice that I have,
Right.
As a father, or I'm even speaking for my 12-year-old right now, because I haven't allowed him to sit in front of a microphone yet. But I'm speaking for for so many others, in the LGBTQ plus community. Mm-hmm. So for me, man, like I said, it's just my version of supporting. Like, I had to look myself in the mirror when my son at the time was 3 years old. And me and my wife started having conversations about, us noticing that, he wasn't on the boy vibe that Zaire was on. And I had to look myself in the mirror and say, what if your son come home and tell you he's gay? What are you going to do? How are you going to be? How are you going to act? It ain't about him. He knows who he is. Mm-hmm. It's about you. Who are you? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So all these people that's out there saying those things, look at yourself. Mm-hmm. Understand that you the one that got the issues. You the one that got the problems. It's not the kids. It's not the ones who decide that yeah, they born a certain way and you say they got to be that way. That's not life, man. I watched my son from day one becoming to who she now eventually is coming to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's all about nothing changes with my love.
Right.
Nothing changes with my responsibilities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So only thing I got to do now is get smarter and educate myself more.
True. Beneficial to me.
People, they're normal. They're not even different. You know what I mean? This is the new normal. Everybody get used to it.
Yeah.
Everybody get used to it, man. This is the new normal. So if anybody different, we looked at as different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The ones that don't understand it.
All right, so first and foremost, I want to commend Dwayne for being a great father, being so supportive, not of only Zion, but it seems he's that supportive of all of his kids. And that's a great thing to see coming from a black man. And also, it seems that Dwayne has bought completely into Zion and what Zion wants to be in life, because if you peep game within the interview, he referred to his son as she. So apparently, Zion wants to be a woman, and Dwayne Wade is giving him the respect and referring to Zion as such. Now, you have the right as an individual in this country to agree and disagree with the way that Dwayne is handling his son. But remember, at the end of the day, that this is his son, and this is the way that he chooses to parent. Now, although I don't agree with some of the things that they have allowed Zion to do, like attend Pride at such an early age, at such a young age rather, and also wearing fake fingernails at such a young age, I would have those same rules for my daughter. there's an appropriate age to introduce them to, that level and to that level of growing up. Not at the age of 12 and 13. That's just my personal opinion. But ultimately, I do get where Dwayne is coming from, because right now, as I'm speaking, there's some child in their room wanting to come out to their parents, but they are afraid to come out to their parents because they feel that their parents may kick them out in the streets. They feel that their parents may disown them. And with Dwayne being so supportive of his son, he could have very well saved his son's life, because if Dwayne wasn't that supportive of his son, who's to say that if Zion was rejected by his parents from being who he wanted to be, that wouldn't lead to some type of dark and deep depression that could ultimately lead to Zion wanting to hurt himself. And so at the end of the day, I really commend Dwayne for using his platform to maybe inspire parents that are going through the same situation to treat their son or daughter accordingly. Even though they may not fully agree with what they're doing, that they can be supportive and loving in spite of. Now, me personally, I can't stand discrimination, right? I don't like discrimination at all. I can't be around people who are always having discriminatory comments towards someone because of their race, religion, whatever they choose to do in life. They always have to say something negative. And I say all that to say that a lot of people are exercising the Bible when it comes to this Dwayne Wade and his son situation. But I want to point out something. The Bible says a lot of things that we shouldn't indulge in. And one simple thing that it says that we shouldn't indulge in, it comes from the book of Leviticus. And it says that one should eat whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, but not eat all that have not fins and scales in the seas. And what I'm trying to say is the Bible is saying that you shouldn't eat shrimp. Now, I know that there may be people that don't eat shrimp because they're allergic to it. But at the same time, I want to say this. Sometimes people pick and choose things out of the Bible and they want to hold you to that standard because it doesn't apply to them or they can't relate to it. So everything that they do that is wrong within the Bible, they don't want to bring that up because they know that they're guilty. But if there's something that they don't indulge in, all of a sudden it gives them the right to criticize you because the Bible said. But the Bible also said don't eat shrimp. How about that dynamic? You know what I'm saying? It's like, stop picking and choosing what you want to use from the Bible to actually bring someone else down when you know there's simple things in the Bible that it says that we shouldn't indulge in, but yet we still do it, right? Because I know that I was brought up in a Christian home and I know that I like shrimp and I still eat shrimp and I believe in the Bible. So I know that some people are going to say, well, those are two different things on two different levels. Okay, but at the same time, they're both still listed in the Bible as two things that you shouldn't do, along with many other things that you shouldn't do. So I think that people put to the forefront what bothers them the most, and what doesn't bother them the most, they put it on the back burner. But there's still two things that you shouldn't do. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm going to let this go and let y'all have at it in the comments. Drop down and let a brother know what you think about this entire video. All right, give me your true thoughts and assessments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll get with you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.